A 75-year-old hiker missing on Mount Baldy for 2 nights is heading home. How rescue crews found him. But first, 11 people united by their love of dance, taken by gun violence. How a heartbroken community is grieving them today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. All 11 victims killed in the mass shooting in Monterey Park have been identified. Loved ones continue to share stories about who they were as they grieve their loss. NBC4's Lauren Coronado shares some of the tributes to the victims.
As we learn more about the 11, you get a glimpse into just how much they enjoyed dancing. Whether it was a passion or a hobby, their loved ones say they just loved being together, and that's how they were celebrating the Lunar New Year Saturday night. I want to show you the growing memorial right here behind me. You see flowers, candles, and pictures of some of the victims. And folks in the community say it's just terrible to find out that they knew a lot of these victims.
I kept on praying, say, should be no person I know. But after the name was released, I found out, so far I know 3 of them.
I want to list the 11 who were killed, beginning with May Nan. Her family members say she was the first person shot Saturday night. She was in the car with her dance partner when the gunman shot at her before entering Star Dance Studio and killing 10 others, including dance studio manager Mingwei Ma, known as Mr. Ma, Valentino Alvaro. Family describe him as a loving father, dedicated son, brother, grandfather, and uncle. 57-year-old Shu Druen Yu, Diana Tom, a 7-year-old wife, mother, grandmother, who had just retired. 72-year-old Yu Kao, 63-year-old Lillian Lee, 67-year-old Moi Ung, 62-year-old Hung Jian, Chia Yao, who was 76, Wen Yu was 64. Friends tell us Mr. Ma had a strong passion for dance. We spoke with a friend of his who tells us she hosted events at the ballroom with Mr. Ma.
He was the life force of Star Ballroom. Every time I would see him, he would tell me that he loved me. He was one of the most unique people. I would just have an interaction with him and I would just he would make me smile.
Such a loss for this tight-knit dance community. A vigil is planned tonight right here at the Star Ballroom Dance Studio on the corner of Garvey and Garfield. It's scheduled to begin at 6 with the candle lighting at 6:30. All are welcome to attend, and over the next few days, we expect to learn more about all of the victims. Reporting in Monterey Park, I'm Lauren Coronado, NBC4 News.
We're learning new details about the gunman, Hu Can Tran. Former friends tell NBC News that the 72-year-old appeared to be mad at the world. They say he had no family, no job, and very few friends. He had been divorced for nearly 20 years. Officers say Tran killed himself a few hours after the massacre. During a search of his home in Hemet, investigators say they found numerous guns and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. Stay with NBC4 for continuing coverage. People across Southern California woke up a little rattled after a 4.2 magnitude quake hit off the coast of Malibu. I didn't feel a thing. It happened at around 2 a.m. Wednesday morning, waking folks up out of bed as far west as Ventura and down south to Orange County. The quake was also followed by 3 smaller aftershocks. It wasn't strong enough to cause any damage, but plenty of people say they heard and felt it.
I was shaking and baking. That's why I'm awake. I couldn't go back to sleep. Yeah, I'm in bed. They say cats are your first line of defense. My cat flew off the bed and I was like, earthquake. And my wife's like, get your shoes. Now you should always be prepared. You should have your shoes under your bed, which we did. And I was ready to roll.
I didn't know cats could give you a heads up. I think I need a cat now. It's a good reminder to make sure you have those earthquake kits ready to go. Another round of Santa Ana winds could cause travel troubles for the morning commute. Meteorologist Belen De Leon is timing it out, plus a chance of rain in your first alert forecast.
Well, we got a break from the winds, but they're making a comeback. Late Wednesday into Thursday, Santa Ana winds are going to roar into Southern California. We're expecting those gusts to reach 35 to 55 miles per hour for the coast and valley. Even higher in the mountains from 60 to 75 miles per hour. The strongest winds are going to be early Thursday, and these winds could cause tree damage, power outages, and could also cause some difficult travel conditions, so plan ahead for that. Now, the temperatures will be mild through the rest of the week. Then over the weekend, we're going to have temperatures cooling down, and here's the reason why. We have a storm system moving in our direction, and it's going to bring back that chance of rain. Sunday, small, at about a 40%, but right now we're seeing a higher chance for rain on Monday, so don't wash the car And it's time to start looking for that umbrella.
We have a traffic alert for you in Elysian Park. Caltrans crews are still trying to repair a hillside that washed down to the 5 freeway during recent storms. They say the transition from the South 5 freeway to the South 110 will stay closed until early February. Keep in mind that you can use the Stadium Way exit as an alternate route. And as always, make sure you leave early to get around delays. A hiker is lucky to be alive after he was rescued from the treacherous Mount Baldy area where he was stranded for 2 days. Officials are warning folks to stay away from the dangerous peak. Our cameras captured images of Jin Chong being loaded into an ambulance. The 75-year-old North Hollywood resident went missing last Sunday. He had carpooled to the mountain with 2 other friends and planned to reunite with them at the car, but did not return at the meeting time.
It's a miracle. Truly is. Winds up in the mountains have been up in the 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts, the freezing temperatures, and he managed to survive.
Meanwhile, crews are still searching for 2 other hikers. British actor Julian Sands and Hawthorne resident Bob Gregory were reported missing in the San Gabriel Mountains nearly 2 weeks ago. Coaches and teammates at Lakewood High School are grieving the loss of one of their own. Police say a 17-year-old football player was killed in a drive-by shooting over the weekend. The victim is Khalil Salim. Police say that he was playing basketball with his friends at Silverado Park when 2 people began shooting at them. Salim and 2 other victims were hospitalized before Salim died. The teen played defensive back on the team and had big aspirations to play college football. Now his football coach says the team will mourn his loss and carry on his memory.
Great athlete, and I think that's what Khalil would want to be remembered as. Obviously a great son and friend and family member, but a great football player.
Salim transferred to Lakewood High School in his sophomore year and was focusing on making up credits for graduation. Even though he couldn't compete last season, his coach said that never stopped him from supporting the team. The staff at Riverside County's largest animal shelter is responding to an outbreak that could be deadly for dogs. It's a respiratory infection called strep zoo. The Riverside County Department of Animal Services have seen 12 dogs with severe pneumonia and 4 dogs have died. Vets say the disease is most dangerous in animal shelters where animals are held in tight quarters. The shelter is asking the public for help. They're looking for emergency foster placement for at least 100 healthy adoptable dogs. Doctors at Loma Linda Hospital have successfully completed a heart procedure that's so rare it will be highlighted in medical publications. Meet Colleen Barber. When she was only 19 years old, doctors at Loma Linda University Medical Center gave her a heart transplant. And for 32 years, she's been living a healthy life. But doctors discovered that Colleen's new heart had an issue that was so tiny at first, it was undetectable during her transplant.
It's just something I grew up with, learned with, and learned to deal with.
And we found out that as this heart grew with her body, there was a small hole in the heart upon transplant of this small heart when she was that young. And looks like over the years, this hole grew in size.
The procedure went perfectly. Colleen calls it an incredible collaboration between doctors, nurses, and technology. We're happy to see her healthy and doing well. We're approaching the end of an amazing era here at NBC4. One of the greatest sports reporters ever, the Dean, our very own Fred Rogan, is getting ready to sign off.
I am going to step away beginning on Thursday. So Thursday will be the final Dean's office. I'm going to step away from doing daily local news. What's going to happen is I'm not going to do this every day anymore. First, I can't retire for a couple of reasons. I do a radio show every day for 3 hours, so I'm not retired. Second, I can't retire and go home because nobody wants me in the house that long, so that won't work.
Fred says he's stepping away from the grind of daily newscasts to focus on more creative endeavors. Fred started here at NBC4 back in 1980. He's covered countless LA championships and every Olympics since 1984, while earning a collection of accolades and awards. He's the best. He's a legend. Good luck, Fred. We're definitely going to miss you, but we know we'll be seeing you around. We're very happy for you. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.